guys, welcome to Follow Me Friday, where motion is lotion today to help support our backs. When we have back pain, certain muscles shut down, those deep abdominals and those glutes. So it's not even a matter of them being strong, it's a matter of us reconnecting to those muscles. And that's what this workout is about today. All right, before we start any of the exercises, we're going to start with the most important thing, which is getting that stomach position set. So you're going to think about gently pulling your belly button in towards your spine. It's not a pelvic tilt, just that little pull in to work on trying to activate those deep abdominal muscles. This is key for all of these exercises. And then you can see which position is your back the most comfortable in. It's not always flat down towards the ground. So you're going to go and you can do a little pelvic tilt back and forth, but really try to make sure you're finding that position of comfort. This is where you want to stay for all these exercises. And of course, breathing too. So belly button pulled in gently. Don't suck in, right? And keep breathing. And then that spine position in a good spot. I usually have people put their hands right on their hips so you can make sure you're not tilting. And we're going to start with a little march. So it's just one leg, and notice how nice and slow and controlled I am to really make sure that I'm engaging in these muscles. You're not lifting very high. If you feel this in your back at all, it means you've probably let go of the engagement of those ab muscles. So this is follow along. So just follow along right with me. Just starting to get things hopefully working. Right, that's our goal today. Protect that back, support that back. Good, couple more. Last one. Okay, keeping those hands on those hips, you're going to bring one knee right out to the side without the other hip popping out. We're going to do 10. So there's one. So you're only going out to the side as far as you can without rotating over. That's 2. 3, try not to grip with your foot. I realize that I was just doing that. This will help isolate a little bit each different side. So you may notice that one side's easier to do than another. Maybe one side moves more than another because the abs are working a little better or the hip mobility is even a little bit better. Right, so we're working on both things here. That's 6. 7, don't flex your feet up either. Just noticed I was doing that. Just relaxed in the foot. That's 9 and 10. Good, switching sides, same idea. Ooh, this one's a little shakier for me today. So really pay attention to those things because that's the stuff you really want to work on. These are great to do every day if they feel okay. If you feel like you're tired or something is a little sore, then stick with every other day, especially if you're new. That's 5, 6, 7. And if anytime you need to take a break, you just do it. One more is 10. Okay, I am going to straighten this leg out. I'm going to use my opposite arm, and hopefully I'm going to slide this heel as I bring this arm towards my knee. I'm going to slide that heel back out and extend that arm. I might actually trip on my mat there a little bit with my heel, but that's okay. Now notice that I'm starting to let myself roll over. So re-engage if that's happening to you too, and even maybe bringing that opposite hand to the opposite hip to make sure it's not rolling over. So here's 4. We're just going to do 5 on each side here. And that's 5, switching sides. Same idea. I'm going to extend out first, and then I'm going to slide and bring that arm towards it. Great for knee mobility too. If you've got some tight knees, this will help you loosen you up there. That's 2. Don't forget that stomach position. 3. So if you can't extend all the way out without arching, that's okay. You stop where you are comfortable. Last one. Nice. Okay. Hands down by your side. Just like when we were marching, you're going to bring that knee up. We're going to make it a little harder. You're going to straighten that leg out, and then you're lowering as far as you can without blooping your belly or arching your back. And for me, that's about there. So it's bring that knee in, straighten it up. And I like to flex my toes to get a little bit more hamstring and calf stretch. And honestly, when I point my toes, I tend to get a little cramping. But you can play around with what foot position feels best for you. We're going to do 2 more on this side and then switch. Even my glutes are working right now, right? We're trying to get those to work too. We'll do more of that in a little bit. That's 4, I think. And that's 5. Good. Switching sides. If you do have an injury or you're new to exercise, check out my membership options where you get some personalized advice and help with a plan to get you going. I'll link that for you. That's 3. Again, try not to press too much into your foot. I noticed I was starting to curl my toes there a little, which means this side wasn't working as much as I want it to, right? I was putting too much emphasis on that left side, which is easy to do for sure. And I'm going to do 1 more because I messed one up. And 5. Good. Okay. Keeping those feet on the ground. I'm going to bring my arms out to the side. If that's not comfortable, you keep them right down by you. I'm going to keep my feet spread just a little bit, thinking about engaging in those abs, right? If you let them go, re-engage. I'm going to drop my knees down to one side, making sure this opposite shoulder blade does not pop up. So we're getting a little stretch here, and then really think about use those abs and not those legs as much to pull you back to the center. So you're only going over as far as you can, again, without that shoulder blade popping up and obviously without pain too. And then pull and squeeze in the middle. So again, little mobility, little strength, right? We need both of those things. That's 3 we're gonna do. I just love this one, especially after working those abs a little. It's a nice little stretch. Again, just nice and slow and controlled. I usually breathe. Well, I try to breathe the whole time, but I breathe out, usually in the center, because that's where I'm trying to do the working part. But if it works better for you to go the other way, that's okay too. Key thing is just to breathe for sure. Okay, hands are gonna come behind the head unless that bothers your shoulder, then they're gonna come here. We're gonna start with just a basic crunch. Again, really engage here. My elbows are gonna stay open. I'm not gonna yank on that head, and it's that small lift up. Now, I'm not lifting high, but I'm really focusing on letting those abs do the work. Not my neck, not my spine right now. We're gonna do 5 like this and then add on a little bit. So that's 3. Again, remember, if that's bothersome, just cross here. 4 and 5. We're gonna add it, make it a little bit more advanced, right? We're going through here. So we're gonna lift one knee like we did in the beginning with that march, but we're adding that crunch. So there's 1. Stick with just the regular crunch if you need to, or even just going back to that march if it feels like it's too much for right now. That's 3. 4, we're gonna do 10 total like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. Okay, we're engaging in those glutes now a little bit more. So whatever position, again, you're comfortable with, bring those hands down by your side. We're gonna lift that butt right up as high as you can without arching through the lower spine or the rib cage. And that's gonna be different for everybody. And then nice and slow and controlled, you're gonna come back down. We're gonna do 5 like this, and then we're gonna add some arms on too. So if you start to feel like your hamstrings are going to cramp, which happens certainly, think about a couple things. Really squeeze into those glutes so that you're really putting emphasis on them. First, the other thing is to try to push evenly into the feet. If that still isn't doing it, actually lifting those toes up can help a little too. This is our last regular one. And now we're gonna add some arms overhead. So I'm gonna lift up again, but now I'm gonna bring my arms overhead. Again, as far as you can without arching through the rib cage, which mine don't go all the way over. Years of swimming. I work on it, but we all have things to work on. And we're just doing 5 here also. So that's 3, 2 more to go. And then we're going on to our side. 4 and 5. All right, we're gonna do 2 exercises on each side here to end with. So lying all the way on your side, you wanna make sure that you are in a nice straight line. So when I look down, I can see my toes and my feet, but not much of my leg. I've got my torso lifted a little bit away from the mat. I'm rolled all the way onto that hip, and I'm not smashing down my hand. It's just resting there gently. I'm going to bring this top leg back just a touch, turn that foot down, and then we're going to lift here for 10. If it bothers you to turn the toes down, totally okay not to do that. Woo, as I fall over, don't fall over either. We're going, like I said, doing 10 here, and then we're staying on this side to finish the other exercise too. So getting those side hip muscles right now. That's 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, don't let those hips slide forward. Just bend those knees. Keep those feet glued together, and now lift that knee up without rotating backwards. So still working in that side hip, but some different muscles there. 3, 4, 5, 6. I realized I was straining my neck. Don't do that either. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Switching sides. Of course, being careful as you switch, making sure you're setting yourself up in that good position to start. Letting that top arm, you can even let it rest on your hip if that's more comfortable. I like mine down on the mat. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, remember, don't let those hips slide forward. Just bend those knees, feet together. Lift that top knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more and you're done. 9 and 10. Nice job.